Alright you guys, we are heading to Bali, Indonesia. I'm so excited. This is the beginning. I'm in LA. I'm gonna film my journey all the way to Bali. I am flying business class, so I'm gonna give you guys a full review of how it goes on Singapore Airlines. And also too, I should mention, I'm one of those people who likes to give commentary. So if you're expecting a video where it's just music and nice, you know, plane footage, this is not it. This is gonna have me talking and giving my personal experience on my trip to Bali. First, I'm gonna stop in Singapore and then from Singapore to Bali. Right now, I'm in the lounge. I'll show you guys around. So guys, I found this super cute spot outdoors in this beautiful terrace. There's like a fireplace and everything, and I'm eating. I'm such a picky eater though, so I feel like I'm not giving proper justice of all the food that's available. I mean, it's not the greatest food, to be honest. It just, you know, and I've committed a terrible sin. I have the dessert on the same plate as the dinner because I didn't get that much food anyways. So I just left the lounge and now I'm waiting to board my flight. I have to admit, I don't think the lounge was that special. I mean, it is the American lounge, like here in LA, so somehow I'm not surprised it's not that special. I mean, the food was kind of okay, and there wasn't that many amenities, to be honest. The one that I'm looking forward to is the lounge in Singapore, because I know that is gonna be state of the art. So I just realized that I forgot to put the white balance on. So that's why the previous footage was so orange and looking like it was in some desert sun things. So anyway, I fixed the white balance now, so now you can see my skin tone and everything in the actual reality of what it looks like. So I realized I forgot to mention the reason that I'm going to Bali. Although it's gonna be for fun, I'm also going for a fashion business retreat, and so that is the reason I'm going. It's a bit of both worlds. It's half working on your business and half relaxing and doing spas and all sorts of Bali-esque type things, but that is the reason that I'm going. And so I'm going to show you guys in subsequent videos the whole experience. This first video is just going to be about the journey to Bali. For the first flight, I was flying the Airbus A350-900, and wow, it was an amazing aircraft. My seat felt like I had my own cubicle, and the seat was super wide. I had so much extra space, and I'm someone who has big hips. You also have the seating controls, which allow you to recline your seat and raise your footrest. But you won't need these to make your bed because the back of the seat actually folds forward to lay flat, and the flight attendants help you make your bed. This is the menu, which I took pictures of it for you so you can pause and look at it at your own speed. There's plenty of storage as well. I use this section for my hand sanitizer, chargers, and even my makeup remover wipe. Then you have this perfect storage slot that you can use to store your laptop, and then you have outlets there to charge your devices and a little night lamp that you can use up above. And everyone gets this cute little amenity pouch which has hand lotion, hand sanitizer, and even a facial spray. Inside this other cubby, there's also a bottle of water because you get really hydrated on the plane, and these amazing noise cancellation headphones. Honestly, when I had these on, it's like I forgot I was on a plane. I could not hear that zhoo noise that you always hear on airplanes. And lastly, you get a sleep mask and comfy slippers. I did not use a sleep mask because the cabin was already super dark, and I did use the slippers though. And I forgot to mention you also get these socks as well. And as somebody who is really hyper aware of germs, I really appreciated these little covers that you can put on your headphones. Your seat also comes with this cute little mirror that you can use to check your makeup or check for little cruds in your eyes when you wake up. Okay guys, we just took off. I forgot to mention at the beginning that this is a 17-hour flight. So let's just say I'm really happy to be in business class because I don't know what I would do if I was in economy for this long of a flight. So far though, I'm really pleased with the space. The only thing I have to say that has grossed me out a little bit, because I am a germaphobe, is this. That's right, old food from somebody else. I'm hoping it's just an oversight, but I would not expect Singapore Airlines to not clear out their menus when there's dirt on them. They just brought me these nuts. They're warm nuts. So my drink just came. I got the Midsummer Breeze, a mocktail. Cheers! Tastes good. Oh my gosh, this table is way too heavy and big, so I'm gonna put it back inside. Time for dinner. Pause. You might be wondering why all I have is garlic bread for my appetizer. That's because they made a mistake and brought me a prawn salad, which was a big problem because I'm allergic to shrimp. I had noted this in my profile, but they somehow missed it. The worst part about this is that when I reminded them of my allergies, they had no alternative appetizer for me. So I ended up with nothing. But hey, the garlic bread was good at least. For dinner, I had the Lou Ruffin using the Book the Cook service. It was honestly so good. But for the rest of the trip, I actually avoided the Book the Cook service, but I'll tell you why later on in the video. Dessert was honestly so good. I actually had two, both the ice cream and the cheesecake. At this point, I was thinking, how am I gonna pass the time? I know, let's go look at the restroom, internationally known as toilet. The restroom was pretty simple. It had facial mist, hand lotion, and perfume. You had your typical sink with antibacterial soap. I thought that flower was kind of cute and was kind of a Singaporean touch. And then you have your baby changing table, and pretty much that was it. Pretty simple for a restroom. I've been in nicer ones, to be honest with you. Oh, and there's a cup of water too. One thing I loved about this service was the snacks. I got this wonderful ramen with beautiful garnishes on top. At this point, I was pretty comfy. I have heard a lot of complaints though about the footwell being diagonal and too small, but it was actually perfect for me. Then again, I am only 5'4". Okay guys, there's about 2.5 hours left. And wow, I don't know how these travel YouTubers stay in a positive mood in these long flight videos. Kudos to them. I am exhausted. My face, oh my god, my skin is so oily. Oh, I'm so exhausted. Well, anyway, I don't have any choice but to get through it, so talk to you in a bit. The Business Lounge here has a shower that you can use to freshen up and take a shower. Let me get you a better view of that. take a full shower, but I'm definitely gonna use it to freshen up because I need to freshen up after a 17-hour flight. So fast forward, guys, I ended up practically showering. Even though I just said I wasn't gonna take a full-on shower, I pretty much like everything except my hair, letting my hair get wet and my makeup come off. Because it's just so hot and humid, like I'm literally sweating just standing here. And it felt so good after that long flight to just, refresh myself. So anyway, great experience, long story short. So I'm all settled into the lounge right now. I just got my food. You would have just seen a huge montage of all the food that I got. And let me show you what I got, because this is a big deal for me. Because I'm such a picky eater. Like, I'm trying to make sure there's no shadows on it. I'm such a picky eater. Most of the stuff I don't even know what it is, but I decided to just go for it and try it. So yeah, actually I know these are dumplings, obviously. But yeah, so this is a big deal for me. I'll let you know how it tastes. And then for my drink, I just have a juice box. I've literally loved this drink since I was a kid, and I used to only get it when I would go to Ghana every 2 years or so. This is the Aftermath. I ate a good amount of it. This is good for me considering I didn't know what most of these foods were. Now I'm up to go get breakfast food, but it's really quiet in here, so I feel weird talking to the camera. It's like eerily quiet. Anyway, let's go get breakfast. Also, you'll notice I didn't get any eggs because the eggs were very runny, and I don't like runny eggs at all. Oh, I'm sure you guys can see I'm very particular about things. Wow, the waffle. This waffle is so good. It's been pre-sweetened. I'm trying not to speak with my mouth open, but I had to express how good this was. So good. And now finishing it off with a cup of tea. I love a good cup of tea, oh my gosh. And then this is the end result of the breakfast plate. I definitely did a much better job with this plate than the previous plate. So I just left the lounge, and I have to say I was really impressed with the food. If I had to choose between this lounge in Singapore versus the lounge in LA, I would say the food in this one was better, but the ambiance in the LA lounge was better. So each had their own advantage. Cause like the LA one had like the nice terrace and the patio and all these different chill spots, whereas this one was just pretty much seats and chairs, but the food was like really good. So I don't know, you gotta weigh your options. Some people care about the food more, some people care more about the environment. Guys, I have to briefly interrupt this vlog for a message from the future because I ended up discovering an entirely different lounge on the way back to the States. So I feel like it's only fair to show my review of the other lounge. Briefly, of course. So you guys are not gonna believe this. So it turns out that the lounge that I was in when I was going to Bali and I had a layover in Singapore is different from the lounge departing Singapore to go back to America. This lounge that I'm in Terminal 3 is way better than the lounge that I was in Terminal 1. There's so many more places to sit for working or sleeping. There's even a sleeping section. There is a privacy section. There's so much more food. I'm like blown away by this lounge. Oh, now I have to I don't know if I have to take back what I said before about the American one having a better environment, but this is really good. Now back to my journey to Bali. Off we go to Bali from Singapore. The second aircraft I took was from Singapore to Bali, and it was a Boeing 787-10. The seats were definitely not as wide as the Airbus 350, but it was still super spacious and was a full lay flat style seat. also found it super interesting that the seatbelt was across your chest like a car. I've never seen that before. So we are heading to Bali, Indonesia from Singapore. So this is just a 2-hour flight after that long 17-hour flight from LA to Singapore. So this one should be a breeze. I'm also in business class here. We got a really good deal for this flight. So I'll show you how it goes. On this flight, they were perfectly prepared with my non-seafood meal and even brought me my meal first. My guess is that using the Book the Cook service on the first flight might have confused them, so for the rest of the trip, including the return legs, I used the standard in-flight meals, and they prepared all my food accordingly. So I recommend if you have any allergies or anything, avoid the Book the Cook service. Then again though, this is just a guess of what happened. The only negative about this flight is that the dessert was pretty boring. It was just fruit, which, let's be real, that's not that exciting. We're here!